The illegal elbow.
Elbow techniques.
This is the elbow.
An elbow from here. I'll throw the elbow.
Yeah, the illegal elbows.
All right, people, we're back, man. Illegal Elbow Radio. Another exciting episode for you guys, man. This is Brian from Illegal Elbow Radio, Illegal Elbow on Twitter.
And this is Dan from MMA Aftermath on Facebook and Twitter. A very busy weekend, to say the least. A bunch of different organizations competing against each other for time slots. And you got a Bellator going against the UFC with their washed-up has-been WWE, WWF clown characters. You know, really. Because that's what after the fight was over, I was watching, you know, after 180 was over, I clicked over. I don't know if it was a replay or whatever, dude, but it was a hard fucking watch to look at these two standing in the middle of the ring and going totally tanked out, gassed out. I don't know, man. What the fuck was and people are talking, oh, what a clown show. This is a joke. And I wrote back, I was like, I feel sorry for Scott Coker because he's Viacom's bitch right now. He really is. He is wasted talent, dude. He has so many good connections. He's probably just sitting back cringing, or he's just sitting back just collecting the paychecks and saying, fuck it. But still, it has to piss him off, disappoint him in a way, because I know this isn't how he does business, dude.
Well, I know in the past he's talked about, I don't remember what two fighters it was, but it was towards the end of Strikeforce. He mentioned two fighters that I was really not impressed by. He was trying to put together a card with those two fighters headlining. He's like, that's a pay-per-view, man. You know, we should do that and have that as a pay-per-view. And it's like, really? Really, dude? I don't buy it. I don't think so. It's not going to be any better than, you know, cards he's done before. So maybe when it comes to that, he might be looking for a little bit of shock factor. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. But he doesn't come off to me as that kind of dude. But maybe, I don't know. I don't get it.
It's just every time you see him in the situation with the from the fake ass fucking brawl in the middle of the cage, you know, a while back,
and all that bullshit,
and then and then finally we get to see him at the weigh-ins with Tito. He cannot act if you're telling him to go by a script, you know, look mean and all this and all that. It was just fucking so stupid, bro. To looking back at him, you know, walking away, looking back and sticking his head out at him. And I was just like, dude, you're a joke. And
you know, whatever it's worth, I don't know. Maybe they could have done it behind the scenes. Who knows? But Jimmy, the one, was it Jimmy Smith or whatever? One of the commentators. Him and Wheellock, you know, do the commentating for Bellator. No, but he was saying in an interview that none of that was staged. He's like, nobody knew anything about that. Well, maybe he didn't, and maybe, you know, Bellator didn't. But who knows? I would bet that the only staging of it really is probably Bonner. Bonner probably planned on going in there saying all that shit, even though he really didn't feel that way. You know what I mean? I would bet he went in there and said all that bullshit just to piss Tito off. I would bet you all that was planned out.
But the Tito push at air, you know, it's like the telegraph double fist push where nobody was there. You know, that part looked staged to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it at all, man. Really, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it at all. I mean, who the hell knows if I mean, people say, oh, these guys really don't like each other. Well, UFC says that a lot too, but when the fight's over, it's squashed. The guys have no problem with each other. So it's like, well, was there really ever a problem, or are they just building it up? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe this is the same situation where they're, you know, which they didn't squash anything when the fight was over, but
no, but it's happening in both organizations, dude. The shit talking is fucking going crazy. So
yeah, I just want to let everybody know real quick before we move on, and we don't have to stop that top or anything, but we're getting like noises in our headphones going on. So we don't know if you're getting that noise too or not. So if you do, we apologize for it. But we're getting like a little bit of testicle difficulties with Skype here, apparently.
Damn, that sucks.
But
My
it doesn't.
headset's going right now. I don't know.
It seems to be fine. I mean, from my end anyway. I mean, sound wise, it seems to be fine right now, and it seems to be happening less. So hopefully we're through it. But geez, continue though. I didn't mean to cut you off. I wanted to.
No, I just want. I don't know if they thought that this past weekend was a success with all this shit, but Tito didn't show me anything. It's a split decision, I guess, but there was nothing really there to say, man, I can't wait to see either one of these guys in the fucking ring again. It's almost like I'm just waiting for him to say, oh, okay, that's it, I'm done. But like Tito, man, as long as his ego is getting stroked especially with his last win, we're gonna have to see his ass some more. So.
Yeah, and they're not going to put him in there. I mean, unless he asks for it, they're not going to put him in the deep end to where he's going to really, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, Tito versus King Mo, I don't even fucking believe that much in King Mo. King Mo's been pinned against people that he should beat. And when he's put against anybody that has any kind of a name to him, he gets his ass whipped. I mean, but, I don't know. I mean, I'm just not real, when it comes to a top name, I'm sorry, King Mo's just not there. He's gotten the majority of his wins on fucking people that he should have beat. But Tito Ortiz, I think, would actually probably be a decent matchup for a King Mo. You know what I mean? Even though King Mo should win that fight because, I mean, Tito Ortiz is going to be gassed out in the second, going to be gassed out in the third.
And King Mo, fuck, man. Even if he gasses out in the final round, he'll still have enough in the second because, like you said, Tito will already be gassed going into the second easily. So, yeah, the fight was just a gas match. They were throwing punches and landed them. Yeah, whoa, okay. Well, that's what happens when you use no defense and you can't get out of the way of a telegraphed fucking punch. So it's like both those situations right there, if that's happening to you constantly from the other end, a person that's probably equal striker as you guys are going to get your ass beat against any fucking really good competition, any decent competition right now.
Yeah,
they're fucking has-beens, but if Bellator wants to keep putting them on there, I guess you'll have some fanboys, like Tito fanboys, that'll come and watch it, but I'm done with it, dude.
I think Tito is in Bellator for the main reason. It's just because it's like Hoist Gracie, you know what I mean? He's the ambassador or whatever. I think Tito is just there to sell because he could still sell some tickets. You know what I mean? He's not as fan worthy as he thinks he is. He acts like the whole world's in love with him, but he's still got some good fanboys on his side. I'll give him that. But some things I wanted to point out about this card that were actually really good, man. Were you able to see Melvin Manoef and Joe Schilling?
I seen the probably the last 30 seconds exchange.
Okay.
Before he got.
I saw highlights too. I didn't see the whole thing. Yeah, that was fucking badass. That Joe Schilling, dude, they were wrecking each other's chin, man.
Yeah,
that was pretty sweet, man. It's two ex-kickboxers, both K1 dudes, you know what I mean? I knew that was going to be fireworks. But Phan got knocked out. First round knockout, man. Mike Richman just wasn't even. He's like, you're not even going to be able to show up, dude. Just forget about it. So I mean, it was a couple of good points about it, man. And Will Brooks, man, easily defends his belt. Michael Chandler, his trainer was on an interview I heard, man. And his trainer was like, Michael Chandler's ready. He's ready, as ready as he'll ever be. Yeah. And he's going to get his belt back. He said, you watch. He looks great in the gym right now. He's in there every day training really hard. It's just Will Brooks, man. Fucking TKO strikes round 4. Will Brooks is no joke, man. I think people didn't take him. People took him lightly even after that Chandler loss, or after Chandler win. I mean, the first one. So, hey, man, I think it's pretty concrete here that Will Brooks is a factor.